In this nugget, we will look at vocabulary to use when describing landscapes. Building up our vocabulary. Vocabulary is the building blocks to good writing. It is important to increase our vocabulary so that we find reading easier and so we can write well. If our vocabulary is varied, our writing is more interesting. The best way to build our vocabulary is by reading frequently. Did you know there are almost 500,000 words in the English language? We can't learn all of them, but we have to start somewhere. In this nugget, hopefully you will learn a few new words you can use to describe landscapes. To describe landscapes, it is useful to have a few specific words to help conjure up images in your writing. Here is an image of a coastal landscape. If you were describing a coastal landscape, you might want to talk about the cliffs. Cliffs are steep rocky walls that go down to a beach or straight into the sea. You might want to describe a bay. A bay is where the land shelters and curves around the water. Here is a country landscape. To describe this sort of landscape, you could write about the rolling hills. Rolling hills are gentle small hills. Landscape covered in trees like this could also be described as woodland. And finally, you can see dry stone walls, which are a very old and traditional way of building walls around farmland. Here are some words to describe a desert landscape. Deserts are barren places. Barren means a place where nothing can grow. You will also find sand dunes in deserts. A sand dune is a hill of loose sand. You do also often find sand dunes on beaches as well, so not just in the desert. A mountain landscape. Here are some words to describe a mountainous landscape. The mountains here are snow-capped. Snow-capped means snow sits on top like a hat or a cap. The ridge of a mountain is the long path or surface along the top of a mountain. To summarize, using at least a few words from this lesson will make your writing richer and more interesting, particularly when asked to talk about or write about landscapes.